Didn't think we could fall in love. Broken from the start, chained to our past. We had closed hearts. We are breaking free. It's just you and me. We might fall apart, far on and away. With our hearts, can we break free? Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we? They were blinded, tried to deny us. Didn't think we were following our hearts. We are breaking free. It's just you and me. We might fall apart, now we're running away with our hearts. Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we break free?
White Audi bitch. White Audi bitch, BBS. Kinda be spending them checks, that quick finesse. Hit them fucking switches, watch them break their necks. An average FRS, quick with the flex. Fitman, I point with the West. Scraping, not giving two fucks, and I'm running the double digit camber with nothing less. Yeah, I'm riding low while you die slow. If the devil
Okay, I've forgotten the mic was turned off. Alright, welcome to the first ever Caffeine and Octane pre-show podcast. I'm joined with Casey from MG Productions for right now. Michael will be joining us here. You can hear us now. My mic's turned on now. It's like right freaking here. So you can definitely hear me now, right? So we're just going to put this right here. Alright, going to put it right here. And turn your volume up, man. Come on. Freaking can't hear. Man, I can see the soundbar right here where it's telling me my mic's working. So, anyway, this is the first in the series. Like I said, probably 6 times now. I'm currently joined by MG Productions, aka Caffeine. Our buddy Michael, aka Kindlestone, will be joining us here in about 15 minutes or so, maybe. He had to run back out to his house to go take his dog out and all that stuff. Because if you don't know, we actually do a bit of a camp out party here at my house every Saturday before Caffeine and Octane. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Is doing that, and we're doing this podcast, of course, for you guys. So we're gonna start off with kind of just basic questions that we're gonna talk about. For example, I'm gonna start off with, what do you guys want to see from the show? We're gonna start off by asking Kason here, what do you expect to see? What do you want to see from the show?
Dude, I want to see more G35s and 350Cs. Of course, me being a VQ nerd, you know, but I want to see more like built, not just aesthetics, you know.
More
Tired of seeing all these
stuff.
ones that are like, they look cool, but they have nothing going on, really. They have no sound. All these muffler delete crap, you know. Get some real exhaust, like my Tomei. There was only one last time, or two. One was in his intro just there. It was a blue one, and it had the Motordyne exhaust. And there was a G37 sedan, had the Tomei, and oh my god, that's what made me want the Tomei. So that's what I want to see more of, so I can find out what I want to do to my car, you know?
Yeah, so basically I want to kind of see the same thing, a lot more under the hood modded cars more than aesthetics. This is part of the reason why I haven't taken my truck up there. There's multiple reasons why I haven't yet, but that's part of it, is I just don't feel like it's worthy just yet to go. I want to see a little bit more of like a better Mustang crowd. The last few times I've gone, it's been basically all the cars there that I've seen all have the same parts. So it's kind of...
There's a lot of Challengers.
Yeah,
sure.
a lot of
There's
Challengers. But the cool thing about the Challengers is they find a way to look different than each other. Each Challenger has a unique look. The Mustangs, you know, they all share very similar body kits. They all share the Roush axle backs. It's a really popular exhaust, and I don't blame them. It's the best for the Coyote motor, but it's like, still, I mean, I'd like to see something a little bit different out of some guys there. Maybe more 3.7s, I don't know. I'm a bit of a nerd for the 3.7 Mustang, so. But you guys in the chat, what do you guys want to see? Just let us know, because I'd love to see what everyone else thinks. That's the cool thing about this podcast idea was we wanted to do kind of where the chat got involved with us, so it's not just us talking to each other.
And then after we get done talking about like Caffeine and Octane, like we're totally down to talk about other things, like maybe what we want to do to our cars, or like just what we prefer, and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's not just limited to Caffeine and Octane. So ask away if you ever feel like it.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I took my phone out of the wall. I'm gonna kind of check on the screen, make sure. More Mark III Jettas. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, but there's not a lot of Jettas in general that go to Caffeine and Octane.
I hope I don't see that freaking electric Camaro. Oh my gosh, when I saw that, I wanted to kill myself. Like, why would you turn a muscle car into an electric car?
I'm waiting for the remark of the oh, it's better for the environment, you know, like
Where you at? Where you at, Tesla girl? Where you at?
We're waiting for it. Of course, that's kind of referring to something else I happened on the channel last 2 weeks that I haven't said anything about on anything.
Ooh, the GT. Yeah, I want to see
the GT.
That new Ford GT that was in the Le Mans again.
Yeah, they had the Le Mans race car there, but I want to see the street car. No one, like, I've never seen the road car.
I mean, it's cool seeing the Le Mans one. I want to see someone who just has one, but no one does.
It's such a rare car, and not a lot of people own it, so it's really hard to find one at all. The older ones are a little easier to find, but the new ones with the EcoBoost, it's like impossible to find one at all. It's so irritating.
I want to hear one too, dude. I've never heard one in person.
Have you ever have you seen how they engage race mode? It's like within a second, just right on the ground.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
It's like, oh, we know you want to get started, so let's get you moving. So.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, race mode, go, and bam, you're on race mode. You're slammed to the ground, all that stuff. But yeah, that's kind of a mess with that car. I don't know if you guys have heard in the news recently when it comes to all the car stuff. John Cena bought a 2017, 2018 Ford GT and resold it. Ford had this kind of agreement kind of thing they make you sign where you have to either have the cars on the road, you can't resell them for 2 years, something along those lines, and John Cena violated that agreement and he got sued. So we don't know for sure what's going to happen with that just yet, whether John's going to win or not, or if Ford's going to prevail in this lawsuit, because it's kind of an interesting topic, because we heard when this car was first released, or not released, but unveiled to us all, that there was going to be a process very similar to what Ferrari does. But the things that Ferrari does different than Ford did is Ford was sue happy with this. They're like, oh, you sold the car, sue. Ferrari, if you do that kind of stuff with Ferrari, they'll just make sure you can't buy another Halo car, which is your F40, your Your
the really big dog.
yeah,
ones.
the big
Not
dogs,
just
the
one
Enzos,
that's like
yeah,
for
40.
luxury. No, they're talking about like a track car. You know.
yeah, all their Halo cars, you know,
Yeah.
like the F40 and the Enzo and the
Dude,
F50.
I've always wanted to get my hands on an Enzo. Like, I don't even want one. I just want to drive one, or like be able to sit in one while it's moving. You know.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
Man, the Enzo is an interesting car. When I grew up, the Enzo was a top dog in the car I always wanted to drive.
You know, Graham. His
Yeah.
dad got to drive one.
Really?
Yeah, bro. On
Okay.
track. It was awesome. I was like, bro, I wish I was there to even hear it, dude. I've always wanted to hear. What engine's in that? V12?
V12.
Figure.
All
It's
of
either
their-
V12 or
the
V10.
the only one of their Halo cars to not have a V12 was the F40, and that had twin turbo V8.
That reminds me. That's another thing. We hardly see any Ferraris at Caffeine and Octane. Like, there's only
Yeah.
2 that I've seen.
We see like your 458s, your 488s,
488,
and
that's about it, really.
I've seen a couple of F12s.
But no one cares about those.
I like the F12 a lot. It's the
Isn't that
fastest
the one that...
It's front engine, but it's the fastest one they have besides the LaFerrari. It's literally LaFerrari, freaking F12 Berlinetta, F12 TDF, all that stuff. And then it goes down to the 488, and then the California, all that
We
stuff.
see too many Lamborghinis and a lot of BMWs and Lexuses.
Yeah, I mean, those are
Holy
popular
crap.
brands, though. When it comes to luxury cars, you know, it doesn't get much better than BMW and Lexus.
I'm not in
until
it.
you
I'm
get to,
really
like,
not
all the
into that
high-end
whole
stuff.
like going up there. Like, it's cool seeing exotics every now and then, but like
Yeah.
I want to see the people who built their cars. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't just buy the thing and say, "Oh yeah."
I mean, like you just said, I love exotics. You know, I'd go out of my way to a Ferrari dealership if I wanted to do some filming. But the problem is that, you know, exotics, they're kind of owned by the kind of guys who like to, you know, flaunt their cash. So
Yeah,
it's
they're just showing off, really. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying all.
not
of them do
all
that,
of them. Yeah, they're not
but
all supercars
almost
like
everyone,
that.
almost everyone that you see is like, especially just on the road in like Georgia, are just
Yeah, it's,
cruising around to show off their money, really.
Yeah,
Like, I've seen a red R8 or I've even seen a lady in Hiram driving a GT350, and I was like, rev it, and she said no, and I was like,
lame.
what are you doing? You can't buy this
I
car and
think-
not show it off.
I
She's
think
like,
it's speaking of Michael.
doesn't
I think
even know how to like work the car.
I think I hear Michael now, actually. So
Yeah, I can hear him vibrating the whole house.
yeah. So I'm gonna go let him in real quick. Cason's gonna kind of take over for now until he gets inside. So
Dude, we gotta find a way to get us like centered, bro. I want to be able to be seen. Oh yeah, you can definitely tell that's him. He's revving. Yeah, he's revving. What a loser. Oh no. Hey boss. Hey boss.
My dog has entered the area.
Alright, cool. Michelle's here.
My dog is very intrigued with what's going on.
Oh my god!
If you're gonna pick her up, be careful with her. You know, you're like, oh, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Any questions for me? Just gonna stare at me?
That's what she does. She's such a sweet dog, though. But she's like, oh goodness, Michael's here. All right, so Michael, yeah, take your.
Watching you kids.
Oh goodness, I love cool.
I've been watching you kids.
Oh, is that what our fourth one was?
Probably.
Oh man, that's
Come
gay.
on down right here.
I thought-
We got your spot set.
That was something cool.
Yeah, I thought it was actually
Bruh.
someone worth watching. Hey, you're gonna have to turn that because it's seeing a whole lot of nothing right here.
Yeah,
so make
maybe-
it to where I can at least
Amen.
be seen. Yeah.
There we go.
Keep
Yeah.
going. There
So
you go.
now Michael can fit better.
Yeah, you can sit in the middle.
Oh, I need that much space?
You can
I'm
sit in the
messing.
middle.
No!
Dude, this is your chair.
This is my house.
It's
It's
your bed, too.
Crusty bed.
Man, my bad. Man, come on.
Dude, what is
Alright.
this?
What is what?
There's a big dip in the bed.
It's
That's
been
what
like
I'm
that for a
saying. You
very
sit
long
there.
time.
No,
Sit
dude,
there.
you sit in the bed.
Oh my goodness.
God, no.
All right.
We lost another viewer. No. Not just.
All right, so Michael's joined us now. I've already asked Casey this, but Michael, what do you want to see more of at the event tomorrow?
People looking at my car.
There's more attention for his car. If you guys are going to Caffeine and Octane, be sure to go check out his car. You know, take a picture of it and send it to him because I feel like that would make probably his like entire life if he gets a picture of his car sent to him. Add him on Instagram. Yeah, go follow him on Instagram.
Oh, and by the way, you need to speak up or move that thing closer.
What do you mean?
It's quiet as bollocks.
So
Turn your gain up.
turn the gain up. That's already maxed.
Jesus, dude.
You see it?
I figured it's
It's so
headphone.
quiet.
It's headphone mic. It's gonna be.
I don't
it's gonna
have
be
an actual
It
mic.
would be better just using the mic on the computer.
I'm just gonna put it right here. Whoa!
Talk to him.
No.
All right, guys.
Awkward. This got weird real fast. So. This got like really awkward really fast.
How loud was it when it was just right there? No, even further.
That's not bad.
I don't know, dude. We've lost.
Yeah,
It's only live for games, I'm sure.
probably. But anyway, as we were saying, hey, can you not? Because it's gonna cause like a feedback thing here.
They can't hear that.
Yes, they can.
You can barely hear it when it's all up there.
Bruh.
Can't hear that, don't.
Anyway, so
He gets loud and he gets quiet again.
what are you guys talking about? What do you guys think are gonna be the most common cars at the event?
Can you hear my car at all in the video?
No, probably.
Anyway, alright, what happened?
What do you guys think are gonna be the most common
Why
cars
is your
you'll see?
stream health so bad?
I don't know. I really have no clue. Maybe it's just so many devices hooked up to it. Who knows?
Whatever, it's your stream, I don't care.
Oh, that's green. Look at
It's
that.
on you.
But what do you guys think are the most common cars at the meet? Oh, I'm back to yellow. But anyway, what do you guys think are gonna be the most common?
Mustangs, obviously.
No. It's probably the
Mustangs.
I'm kind of leaning towards the Z's.
Okay, cut me off then.
Okay.
No, not Z's. No. I'm thinking Challengers.
Then the Challengers. I think either that or the Civic. I think the Civics will be. I think the Honda gang in general is gonna show up.
Anything
big.
riced, that's normally what you're gonna see a whole lot of. So, just kidding.
Me and him, we don't mind Hondas. This one doesn't at all. He doesn't like Hondas whatsoever. Just making that clear because we aren't the type that'll be like, oh, that's automatically riced. It's kind of a joke that we say so, but me and him, we actually respect Hondas in a certain way.
Speaking of Mitchell, the more shit you talk about my exhaust, the more I'm gonna fight you. Like I will beat your little 12-year-old ass up.
Well, dang, this got serious real fast.
Just kidding.
Can you beat mine next?
We both look at him. We both look at him.
That's funny. Anyway. Back to
what we were talking about originally, the original topic of this entire stream.
I want to see more G's though, for real. Like I want to be because like the past few days, ever since I got this Tomei, people are more interested.
Yeah, because
talking to me
your
because
car sounds like a GTR.
A Tomei is like if you get a Tomei for the performance of the car, you don't just get it for the looks because it's a titanium exhaust. So I want people to think you're an actual car guy.
Yeah.
You get something like that, so they're like,
yeah,
oh, this guy's serious about what he wants to do to his car.
Yeah.
Like,
And it makes it more race car like. You get a titanium exhaust. Titanium exhaust, you really don't ever see on anything but exotics and race cars. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting concept there. All right, but Michael, like out of cars, not just like people taking pictures of yours. What do you expect? What do you want to see more of?
Tauruses.
Yeah, if you're a Taurus owner, go to Caffeine and Octane tomorrow. It'd be cool.
Especially SHS, because it's nice.
The
car
SHS.
person. Don't just drive it because it's a boat and it can fit all your family. Actually, get stuff done to it and then take it to Caffeine and Octane.
Less than $600 will get less than 600. About $600 will get you SHO power.
Yeah,
And then if you want to, an optional $1,000 would be, just.
God.
But
yeah.
let's see. I'd love to see more of like the Silverado SS and Lightnings, as those kind of street trucks are really cool to me, like the Lightning and the Silverado SS. I'd love to see more of those. We have a Silverado SS that comes to our Friday night
We're both
meet.
like, what the fuck?
Man, you can't talk. You respect the Lightning.
Who?
You.
Yeah,
Who?
Silverado. I hate Silverados.
You've said multiple times you like the Lightning.
Okay, I don't hate Silverados.
Sure.
It's just so annoying. You see a lot of them turned into like crap when they could be done so much better. Like
I mean, if you think
and
about
they
it,
all come with the Corvette engine or the Z.
they are. They're basically the 5.3 Vortec is an LS3 with an iron block.
And I think that whenever you take an engine that's supposed to be like the company's sports car, like you don't see a Voodoo engine in any other trucks.
Or any other car for that
see,
matter.
Yeah, you see their freaking Corvette engine in the dang truck. Like, oh, it makes it special now, Like,
Yeah.
Every car they sell has that engine in it. Ooh.
The advantage of that though is the Silverado is with the stuff like the Silverado SS, where they actually put an LS in it. It's not just any sort of Vortec motor. The Silverado SS is an actual LS motor. And the thing, what's the advantage about that is it makes it modifiable much more so than just a standard Vortec. Because I mean, they make LS specific superchargers, LS specific this and that. I mean, that's what makes the Silverado so much better on that term, is that they're much more modifiable than the Lightning is. Where the Lightning, literally all you can do.
The Lightning's already maxed out.
The Lightning's pretty much, yeah, because it's the 5.4 single cam Triton. It's not what was used in the 4GT, which was the 4 cam 5.4, and what was used in the GT 500 and all that stuff. So I mean, the Silverado's got its advantage there. Why are you screwing with the shifter? Oh, it's because it's in the shot. Okay. I was about to say, what are you doing? Are you having fun there?
It's so blurry.
It's
computer quality.
The webcam on this thing's absolute trash. This entire computer's worth something, but everything but the webcam is high tech.
I feel like all 4 of these people are just Mitchell.
It's just all different accounts.
His phone, his dad's phone, his laptop, his dad's laptop. And
Here, let me see your phone. Put it on YouTube.
Oh wow!
Just because
go to it too.
I'm gonna give us some more views.
No.
He's not about
The
that.
more views you get, the more people that see it. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so we're talking about.
Oh, hey, Kindlestone's here. You come out.
Wait, that's you.
That dude's awesome.
And he's also the lone moderator on all of my streams.
Upload.
Yeah, I wish that Kindlestone kid would upload.
I wish he didn't have a job that paid everything for himself.
I'm just messing. We're all messing. We know Michael's got other things that are they pay actually.
If hey baby, I see you typing.
So all-wheel drive is the SS LOL, and y'all ready for this?
Yep.
In the morning.
Yeah, we are so ready.
Zachary Turner.
That's the guy, the green square body. That we
Oh
talked to
yeah,
last night
what's up, brother?
with the fender deleted. The fender deleted.
You couldn't just say
350.
truck.
The green.
I have to be
green
specific
truck.
because
I
there's
don't
so
know.
many trucks.
I don't know what.
If you say the green truck, like that drove up to the Caffeine and Octane with us, last time.
Wait, is he meeting up with us?
I think so. Yeah.
I think he is, yeah. Or
We're meeting,
gonna catch up to us, or
And Zach, if you didn't know, we're meeting at the Food Depot where the meets used to be at 5, right? 5.
five.
Around
5.
No, what?
Around 5.
Yeah, around 5.
Around 5 o'clock.
And
We'll
we've
probably be
got
leaving about
5:15 or so.
5:15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're on your way, you're leaving your house and you're like 30 minutes away, just forget about it. Just go straight to Caffeine and Octane. So.
And you'll probably meet us on the interstate
Oh,
somewhere.
dude, we gotta find out if what's their faces are coming too.
Who, Hayden?
Hayden and all them.
I messaged him I talked to him last night and he said he is. That's why I added him with the group chat.
Oh yeah.
So tonight I can be like, hey, this
Give
is
it
what
the
we're doing.
Genesis.
Yeah.
I know Lane's gonna be there.
Wait, I haven't seen that thing yet.
No, I
He
don't
wanted
think.
me to help him do an oil change on it, and I was like, I don't have any of the like any oil pans right
Yeah, I've got a few of them. I mean,
You just
you
need
could
the garage space. That's all.
you should have just told him to bring it over here because I mean I've got a few oil pans lying around from where we did my oil change and when he did one in his car.
Yeah, I don't think he would have wanted to come over here.
What you trying to say?
It's a long drive. I'm like right next to his house.
That's not a long drive.
It's a longer than just going to my house.
Well, yeah, but yeah, if you guys tune in tomorrow afternoon, we're gonna have the 12th Caffeine and Octane vlog up. That's the whole purpose of why I decided to start this and why I asked them to come on with me is
You want me to what?
to come on to the stream with me.
Okay.
But the thing was, is we're about to hit the 1 year mark worth of videos from Caffeine and Octane because I've done a video for almost every month. I've only missed a couple of shows this year, so I decided, to celebrate 1 year worth of footage, I wanted to do a special podcast for it.
Did you do the
And-
intro?
Yeah, I did the intro earlier. It was
I
like,
don't think I've missed a single one yet since I started going with you
Yeah.
guys. Because as soon as I met Jordan, I literally what does it say? Jordan, I will be there 5:15. Mitchell said.
At 5:15. Okay.
Anyways, when I met Jordan in class, that's when we started talking about cars and stuff, and I met Michael too at the next day when we hung out. Or
Yeah.
no, we
It
met
was
at
Caffeine
and
Octane,
Yeah, we
yeah.
met up at the
because I remember.
Food Depot.
Because I remember the funny story behind that, he was so sketched out at first.
I just
About
don't
what?
like. You invite people to your house like as soon as you meet them. Like you go out to the street and invite a homeless person to your house. I'm like, slow down.
I'm just a very trusting person.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
see,
it's kind of
whenever-
like giving a girl a ring after a week.
I haven't
Yeah.
done that, so I can't.
Yeah,
Attest
I feel
to
like
that
you
one.
end up doing that. You're gonna meet a girl,
Yeah.
marry me the day.
The day you meet.
Oh no!
But anyway, what were we talking about again? I lost track.
Oh, we were talking about who's going.
Oh yeah. Okay, so basically, if you guys tune in tomorrow afternoon, we'll have this full video up. We'll be doing.
I
when we
won't.
go. Well, he won't, but me and Kaysen, I'll have my video up tomorrow afternoon because the reason I upload them so fast is
Films.
Huh?
What?
Dude, I film a lot.
He doesn't edit.
Yeah. See,
Even if I did record, it would.
I'm trying to like upload quicker. I've been using my phone to edit because it's got a pretty nice little way of editing.
My phone does too. I actually looked at it, and it's got
And
fairly
it comes with its own music that's like copyright free and all that stuff. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to use that just like because
It's much
last night I
faster.
filled the Boosted Mafia and I'm trying.
You know what? I might try that because the reason why.
We have GoPros. Mine's just at home, not charged, and I don't really want to use it because it sucks with like vlogging.
You should put it on your car though. I mean, like you just don't.
I don't want to take the time to transfer all those over to my computer, put that together, and then
Just
like,
edit them straight from your SD card. You don't even have to take them off.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Anyways, but
And just render out the video before
I
you
should
take
have
it.
that Boosted Mafia video from last night up tonight.
Yeah.
If you don't
'cause
want your GoPro,
We've
I'll
got.
take
I've
it.
got.
$20
I've,
right now.
No, I want it.
I've got new Wi-Fi and it's that fiber optic stuff. It's so good. But he'll have his first big Boosted Mafia video up in
God, dude,
how
I
long
need a
now?
haircut. I hate myself.
I think you uploaded one last week, if I'm correct.
Who?
He did.
What?
Yeah.
But it'll be like, I'm telling you, it'll be the fastest you'll ever upload a video. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, hey, Poopy.
Oh, you did? I didn't know she was in here.
Hi, you puppy. Oh, it's so cute.
I forgot. So, long story short, the reason we're looking down right now, my dog is in here. She's injured. She hurt herself. We can't really figure out what's wrong. We can't figure out if it's her foot or her hip. We think it's her hip, actually.
She pulled something when she was running from the dog or something.
Yeah. Basically, long story short, my neighbor's dog chased my
This is
little dog.
about Caffeine Octane. What are you doing?
I'm explaining.
You're.
Yeah, it's not just.
Okay, that's fine.
That's why I said podcast, is we can talk about anything. But
Sure.
yeah, my neighbor's dog chased her into the house and she hurt herself. So she's been barely moving all week, but right now she's just chilling underneath us, listening to us do this podcast. But crap.
I want to see more people. We got 5 people watching. Are you watching too?
Yeah.
Dude, to get off, bro.
I'm watching the chat, kid.
Oh, you can watch the chat right there.
Your thing's in the way. You can't see who it's from half the time.
Yeah, you can. Zachary, live for games, live for games, live for games.
Kindlestone.
I think you're fucking retarded. That's all.
Your game.
But how bad do you think the cop presence is going to be tomorrow?
Worse than it always is. Hey, 7, you come out.
We last month was pretty rough on cops. If you didn't watch last month's Caffeine and Octane vlog, we did we kind of got a car pulled over, I think.
Yeah, we got that Mustang. Or actually, no, he just came flying out.
Yeah, and it was.
And then they stopped in the turn lane. He started revving.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he had a 2-step.
I think he did a burnout.
I think yeah.
Is that both of our phones? Or was it just
No,
yours?
it's just mine. Calm down.
He's getting.
It was my girlfriend
certain
who
things.
But I honestly, ever since last November, the cop presence at Caffeine and Octane's gotten bigger each month. And last month was pretty nuts with cops. I mean, when it came down to cop presence, I think last month was one of the worst when it came to the amount of cops. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have cops at the event. From a YouTuber kind of standpoint, it sucks because there's not a lot of
you can't get a
intensive-
whole lot of
yeah.
burnouts.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy! But I mean,
Yeah.
it still keeps people from acting stupid.
Yeah, it
you know?
keeps people from getting into accidents, which is why I don't mind the cop presence. You know, it sucks because you can't get all the cool footage you want, but you know, it keeps people from killing each other. Uh-oh. Anyway, we're gonna completely disregard what Casey's doing right now. Let's see.
Oh.
What kind of unique cars are y'all kind of expecting? What kind of stuff would y'all be surprised to see show up?
SHO Taurus.
A nice built Prius. You know?
That would be interesting. A modified Prius.
No, fuck that.
No, I'm serious. I mean, that would be
Fuck
interesting to
Prius.
see if someone put their time into that thing.
I want to see a nice. Dude, I don't even know. I've seen almost every car ever made. No, I'm just kidding.
I'd love to see an old Ford, like a 30s or 40s, like a Model A or Model T. I know Georgia Tech has one. That would be cool if they could bring it over. It'd be cool if Georgia Tech would bring over the Ramblin' Wreck, the 1930s Ford Model A, something like that. They've got.
Dude, you've already said that. No one cares about the Mark III. No, I'm just kidding.
Bruh. But I'd love to see that actually go to a show because I've seen it before. Last year they brought it, not last year, the year before they brought it to the Atlanta Auto Show, and it was very popular. It was a very popular car actually, and someone notably, it was kind of a joke because I'm very jumpy. You know, I'm very easy to scare.
You actually almost kind of scared me when you did that. I was like,
But anyway, the horn on the Ramblin' Wreck was kind of loud, and the guy honked it, and I flew across the room. It was the funniest thing ever. And everyone was laughing at me, and I was about to be in tears.
Well, since this is a podcast, you know that grandma that was carrying milk jugs, and dude honked the horn, and she threw that jug across the freaking driveway?
Yeah.
I know that jug's old, but it's funny.
Yeah. Or the one who was going off on him earlier tonight.
oh, dude. All right.
We have to let the owner of the car explain the story.
You can't be telling me this stuff. Anyways, no. Grandma.
You look bad when you lean forward. I'm just gonna keep it here. So you guys aren't
Zach was
stupid.
saying they had a meet at Street Side today. Isn't Vincent going to those?
What's
The one
his name was actually, I think they're the one that.
You look bad when you lean forward.
I had him on Snapchat or whatever, and it was all over his story. Like, I think there's a nice Sylvia there.
Huh.
Super fine. Super.
But I like classic cars. I'm not like as much into it as I like all the newer stuff, like the '90s and early 2000s stuff. You know, I love some good old carbureted cars, but
Oh, it's Street Side.
Yeah,
Classics.
Vincent goes there.
Okay, yeah, no, maybe it was.
Yeah, 'cause I remember Vincent mentioned it to us. I need to review his car. It'd be kind of cool.
It would be, but
I don't. I feel like it'd be the kind who would not let me even get close to the 10th.
he would let you. I don't know if he'd let you ride in it, but I mean, it's kind of.
But
He definitely wants you to drive it though.
yeah. I probably rarely ever drive in reviews, and I know that's something that bothers a lot of people when they watch my car reviews, but that's more for insurance purposes more than it is anything.
Speaking of,
I don't want to be
I might eventually try doing car review stuff too, because like,
Yeah.
I can actually drive the car and like get a feel for it. I want to be able to try like that guy with the Civic at the meet.
Yeah.
I want to try out. I just got him to stick first.
We gotta find him. I mean, literally, he
disappeared, dude.
Yeah, we haven't seen him at the meets, the Friday night meets, in a long time, and we've been trying to get in touch with him.
Who is it?
The guy with the white
okay,
Civic
yeah,
that talked to us.
That's right.
I asked Jesus, and he said he didn't have an Instagram. So that's the problem with me. Is I do a lot of stuff through Instagram more than I do anything else. Mitchell's saying his OBS is broken.
A what?
His OBS is broken. Like it won't start. You might need to update it, or just reinstall it. Just reinstall it. It might work a bit better.
Or just get a good computer.
Or man, that's always an option. Because I have the same problem. My old laptop, it was garbage, and I had a really hard time streaming on that computer.
With this new one.
This new one's much better than what I had.
Hey, do the high pitch.
Age restricted. No, don't.
Do the high pitch one.
No.
Yes.
I don't want the stream getting age restricted. No. But I can't take these guys anywhere. I'm trying to do this professionally, but it's gonna get ruined. Failed to initialize video and battle renders. Yeah, I'd recommend just reinstalling it. Delete it completely and reinstall
Oh god!
That was kind of funny.
I want to find out. No, go away! I can't see.
It was like right.
You just like died out of nowhere.
Yeah, that looked almost faked. That almost looked fake. He just went whoop right in the floor.
Like nothing. What?
Oh no, goodness. But
It hurts my throat to do that.
I know, dude. I got a headache.
So
I'm losing my voice.
what kind of let's see.
Oh, balls.
All right, quit moving around on there. I can see it moving.
God, dude, and I'm sure
Well,
you
I'm
can
trying to
hear it
hold it.
too.
But let's
You
see.
can get.
What do y'all think? Y'all got any things y'all could ask? It's producing really bad feedback.
That doesn't help.
But what do y'all think? Y'all got anything?
Because I had the same problem. My old laptop, it was garbage.
Can you turn it off? Thank you. Causing like a serious like back feed issue or whatever it's called.
You're a back
Echo.
issue.
Echo. Something like that.
Wait!
What
No!
do you guys think of like
Ew.
TV show for Caffeine and Octane?
That was funny, huh?
What do you guys think of the TV show for Caffeine and Octane? What are y'all's opinions on it?
The TV show?
Yeah, they have a Caffeine and
I've
Octane
never
TV show.
watched it.
I
I
never
All right,
don't.
well, all right. That question's completely valid. I'm the only one who seems to have watched
We
it.
don't beat our dicks
Um,
what?
It's easier to women.
Yeah. Yeah, it
And
is.
can't keep this professional.
See, I'm not gay. Promise. I promise, Dad.
Let's see. Well,
Mitchell watches it.
What the fuck? Dude, that sounds like a rooster.
all right. This is incredibly unprofessional.
You
see,
said
we
it's a
lost it.
podcast. We can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean go full porno on my stream.
That's not porn. How is porn?
Because you're almost in the
Porn is like
See.
But that's not what we're talking about though.
Anyway, let's get back on our main topic here. Let's see.
Why are you watching?
Did you see what Mitchell said? He wants to be there.
Oh boy, here we go. This is escalating really bad.
What does that say? Farm porn.
Oh god.
Show it. Show the comment. No, I gotta show it. Wait.
Yeah, the advantage of Michael being moderator is he has control of my chat.
Share with the class. No.
We really need to get back on topic.
There's nothing else to talk about. You should have made it like 30 minutes.
I wanna. No. I
Well,
was hoping
I
more
guess-
people would get on here. Maybe.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
I mean, if y'all hadn't started making like not,
No one.
we had 8
here.
viewers at one point.
Yeah, but that
Not
was-
everybody's gonna stay anyway, especially when we're not really talking about anything important.
All right, well, I guess since we ran out of Caffeine and Octane related questions to ask, I guess we'll go into kind of our own things. What do you guys?
Oh, okay. I wanna do like what I was thinking of for my channel.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
let's
no,
do.
not
Let's
right
have
now,
a topic.
this.
Yes.
Not
What are we
on-
gonna talk
This
about?
is like I was gonna say.
All
What
right,
do you
guys.
guys?
Car related?
All right.
Yes, that's
Okay.
car related.
Here.
What do you guys think of Ghost?
No. That's not what we're doing. That's for my channel. We'll do that later. The question is, V6s and muscle cars.
I support them. I dig the 3.7 Mustang. You know, I like the. I mean, the Pentastar Challenger. I mean, it's not horrible, but I feel like it's underpowered for what it is. You know, the 3.7 Mustang is, like I said, my favorite. The Camaro V6, it's all right. The new ones are a little bit better than they used to be. They used to have like a 3.8, something like that in those cars, and it wasn't really my favorite.
Moppy yoke. What? Mopey yoke on black. Nice. Cool. Good for them.
2017.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, you just blabbering on too long. So my thing is, muscle cars are muscle.
I think there's a limit. You can't full on make
If
your V6
you can't-
sound too crazy.
Okay, so people make fun of people for having a ricey car that looks fast, but yet goes nowhere.
That's what rice cars are.
That's my point. A V6 in a Mustang, a 4-cylinder in a Mustang, goes nowhere, but it looks fast. So, rice?
I think that stock rice. Honestly,
Well, stock
so
rice.
I don't like the 4-cylinder. I mean, of course,
The don't even.
It
Yeah,
would
we're not
only
gonna
be
go there.
cool if it was built. That's about it. I wouldn't buy it and
I
then
mean,
showing it off stock.
granted-
Hold on.
A turbo's
I am
not built.
Talking. Anyways, that and then the V6, like, yeah, it's nice, but still at the same time, it's nothing like having it's not the true meaning of a muscle car. A muscle car is known for its what? Okay. Anyways, a muscle car is known for having the V8s. American Muscle is known for V8s, like you said.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the Ford GT,
And that's
I do like the whole fact that they had the V8s then, and now they have a V6. But it's different because this is a built V6, and it's fast. It looks fast. It performs fast, and it sounds mean as hell.
Yeah.
So that's why I think having a V6 in the Ford GT makes sense, and it works. But by doing a V6 in like a Mustang that goes nowhere, then it's kind of lame unless you actually buy it to build it.
That's the thing. That's the thing with the 3.7. The 3.7's a pretty stout V6. The 3.7
But it's
Cyclone.
stock. It's not that
3.
cool, dude.
I mean, in comparison to the 5.0, yes, the 3.7 is no 5.0. But for how it was in comparison to the 4.0, the 4.0 single cam, it's miles ahead, and in comparison to modifications, the 3.7 can go really far. And I mean, like for example, I actually
Sorry.
I haven't mentioned it on anywhere on my YouTube channel, but my dad has a 3.7,
Someone's stupid.
which is why I love the 3.7 so much. But my dad is going to be throwing twin turbos on that car within hopefully the next year or so. Hopefully, we're waiting on his warranty to expire and we're waiting to do some other modifications. We're actually I don't think he's home yet, but I want to talk about it. We're talking about doing a GT500 wing install in his car for Christmas.
Isn't that Rice?
Not exactly. The GT500 wing, this one I'm looking at, isn't the true GT500 wing. It's not directly off of a GT500. It's a replica. It's it looks similar, but it's not the same exact design.
Laughed at.
He likes it, and that's what it's all about. Is what about he likes.
Anyway, back to the whole V8s and cars that are supposed to have V8s. Nothing against your truck, Jordan, but
Here we go.
trucks with
V6.
A
They don't
V6.
seem like they could. They're trucks, you know. They're
my
more for-
thing is a V8 has the torque that you need to pull stuff, right? And especially diesel trucks. Like those things have just
They're torquey.
insane torque because they don't rev very high, but all their torque is low. So that's why they're
Very
it's
torquey.
just a lot better.
Yeah, for hauling.
But
I mean, the V6 trucks, like, they're not amazing at towing, but they're better for hauling the small stuff, like a four-wheeler
They're not.
or
No.
something like a jet ski.
V6 trucks
you-
are not for anything really other than having as a daily driver, probably.
I mean, they
yeah,
haul.
but then at
but
that
not
point,
at
you
the
might
same
as well just
strength.
buy a car that's gonna be a lot better on gas because it doesn't have a truck bed
I mean,
and a lot less
Yeah, because
air
truck
resistance.
beds cause bad
Yeah.
like fuel
I mean,
economy.
I'm the clearest example. My last fill up, I got 6 miles per gallon. I have a, if you're new to the channel, an Explorer Sport Track, 4-liter V6, and I got absolutely crap gas mileage. And part of the way I'm gonna fix that is one, I do plan on getting the motor
That's
tuned.
him. Roast is him. He's the owner of this channel.
Hi.
This is Kindlestone. I'm MG Productions.
Anyway, like I was saying, the way you can fix
I'll
a
respond
truck,
to comments. Don't
the way you can fix a truck when it comes to gas mileage is to do a bed cap or just leave your tailgate down, which I don't recommend. Leaving your tailgate down is dangerous because if you get rear-ended, it's gonna tear the crap out of that up.
Do you jack off?
No. This is like the most random question in the world.
They asked.
That is so random. That's
They asked.
bruh.
Do you?
This is a live
Just
stream.
answer
I'm
yes
not,
or no.
I'm not gonna
Yes
answer
or
that
no.
on the stream.
Answer yes or no. You
I
don't
do.
have to tell
I
the
do.
truth.
I do.
Okay.
I'll be
Bruh.
honest. Like,
You don't
there's
have-
no point in hiding. Every guy does it. It's definitely
I'm trying to
me.
keep this freaking PG.
You don't have to tell the truth, kid.
Then sure I do. I don't know, man. Can we
All
guys
right.
stay on topic?
All right, we're done. We're done talking about jerking off. Whatever your name is, Mopey Yoke. Whatever your name is.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to
Mopey, whatever. All right. Anyway.
back to talking about trucks. The thing with trucks and their gas mileage is, if your tailgate's dropped, if you get rear-ended, you're gonna crunch that sucker, and it's gonna do probably more damage than good. If you get a bed cap, if you want to reduce your gas mileage, my recommendation: bed cap, tune-up, done. That's exactly what I'm gonna do with mine. I'm gonna have to get a tune-up done. Plugs, wires,
But, okay,
injectors, all that gear.
if you have to haul something, you're gonna have to take off the
That-
cab,
that
and then
really
that's
depends.
just
It
an
really depends.
inconvenience.
It really depends on what I'm hauling.
If you have a truck, it needs to have a V8, or else it's not a truck that's made for its purpose. It's made for just having a car to get you to places. It's got V6. Yeah, it's just a daily driver, honestly.
Well, I mean,
Interesting to defend it because you have a truck. But see, the reason why I have a Ram with a V8 is because it's needed for the heavy duty that it's
And
required for.
that's what I'm
the
trying
only
to
reason
say.
why we use it for.
that's what I'm trying to say. Is the bigger trucks like the Ram, the F-150, they're good for hauling the big stuff. Your boats, your like multiple ATVs. My truck, I know it can haul because the previous owner used it to haul four-wheelers back
Can
in the
haul
day.
what?
He used it to haul four-wheelers. We used it when we moved. It was actually better than
You
my
can't
moving
just
truck.
buy a V8 truck.
That's much more expensive. You're more than likely going to face more gas charges. You're going to have to face gas guzzler tax with a lot of them, such as your older F-150s with the 5.4. The Silverado's very common to have to deal with gas guzzler. The Ram 1500, stuff like that. Deal with crap like that.
I'm deleting that kid's message. I told him to stop. And It's getting annoying.
I
So.
won't quit.
You know, you're gonna face gas guzzler attacks. You're gonna have a lot more weight to carry around. You know, that's what I like about mine. Mine's, you know, it's big enough. I don't really like. I don't have an ATV. I don't have a boat.
Like I said, you just have it as a daily driver.
Yeah, because I don't have a use
I'm
for
at
it to
least
haul.
happy you're not saying, "Oh, this thing can pull like the house." When it
Yeah, yeah.
clearly can't.
Yeah.
Like, how you see a whole lot of people doing like they're like, "Oh, this thing's got some torque behind it," and it really doesn't.
I mean,
You know,
I'm not gonna go out and say I have the most powerful truck out there. I don't. I have, you know, an Explorer with 210 horsepower. I mean, it's not very fast and it's not very torquey. But if you're wanting to do like a bunch of heavy hauling, you know, always get the bigger truck. Your F-150s, your Ram 1500s, your Silverados. Speaking of, we're going to talk about trucks some more. What are your thoughts on the V6 trucks that are the heavy duties, or 1500s?
I don't agree
those are
with the
literally daily
V6
drivers.
because if you have a V8, if you swap the Windsor thing in your truck, you're gonna have the torque, but it's
literally you're just gonna be good for towing a little more. That's it. You're
Yeah.
not gonna be.
But if you have a V6, it's completely pointless. Like you can swap that same engine, that V8 into your truck. Yeah, you'd have torque, but yet it's not gonna be any faster. If you're going for speed, you definitely
You need to
want, like,
have a 4.6 at least if you're going with a Ford, like a Ranger. The 4.6 V8, that's like not the 2-valve, but like your 4-valve, like a Lincoln Mark 8 motor. That'd be
your
better
internet
for a
keeps
swap.
kicking me off. Oh, it's because you're streaming.
Yeah,
Your internet
it's-
can't handle streaming.
Interesting.
That's trash, dude.
Very interesting.
Anyway,
But what are I'm talking more like the EcoBoost, the 3.5.
I don't.
If you
Again,
had to
it goes
pick-
back if you have to twin turbo a V6 engine to keep up with a V8, you might as well just get the V8 because you're gonna have that instant torque. If you have a V6 and you're hauling something up a hill, you have to wait
You have
for
to
the
wait for the
turbo
turbo
to
lag.
spool up, and then you can maybe get up the hill. But
Yeah, it takes
you know,
it takes more effort with the EcoBoost. Now, I'm not saying the 3.5 is a bad motor. I like the 3.5. The 3.5's in the
They're
3.
fighting on there. No, you keep talking.
The 3.5 is a pretty excellent truck motor. You know, I hated what Ford did. They swapped out a lot of the 5.4 vehicles, like the Navigator and the Expedition, to use only the 3.5, which is kind of annoying because, you know, when you buy a vehicle that big, you need to have that torque of a truck because, you know, Navigator's used for, you know, hauling an entire family, and, you know, they got rid of the V8 altogether. 2011 was the last year, I believe, where they used the 5.4 in a Navigator or an Expedition, and then after that they swapped strictly to the 3.5 EcoBoost. Which to me, I mean, it makes sense from a daily driver standpoint, having the better gas mileage of the twin turbo V6 over the V8, but at the same time, it's just
okay,
I'd much
let me
rather-
tell you this: if you care about gas mileage, you might as well just give up on trying to
Yeah,
do
don't
anything
even give a truck.
important. Like, if you're gonna buy, in my case, if I'm gonna buy an SRT Grand Cherokee, I don't care about the gas mileage. You know,
Yeah, you're buying it for
it's
what it is.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like you're gonna buy a V6 truck to haul stuff, but yet, you know, it's like, dude, you can have a V6 that can't do anything, or have the V8 that'll actually get you somewhere. But yeah, you're gonna have gas problems, but at least you'll go somewhere with hauling stuff.
Yeah. And that's one thing is I'm going to
So-
mention about, I noticed. Thank you for whoever subscribed to the channel. We're going to talk more about the mid-size market, the mid-size trucks. For example, mine, the SUT class in particular, the Ridgeline, the Avalanche, and the Sport Track. They're not the kinds of truck. I've said it in the past with the Should You Buy a 2001 to 2005 Sport Track video. I mentioned in that video that if you buy one, you shouldn't buy one specifically for towing. If you're gonna buy a mid-range, not a mid-range, but a mid-size truck, an SUT in particular, buy one for just emergency use. That's what I have. My truck, I don't use on a daily basis to haul. You know, I don't have a trailer hooked up to it. I don't have anything in particular that goes in my bed every day.
Yeah,
literally.
It's just like me. I mean, yeah, I have a V8, but like I don't haul anything. But it's more like
Just in case.
I'd rather have something that can handle a lot of heavy stuff than hoping it will handle. A
Yeah,
lot of
no,
heavy
like
stuff.
if you had the opportunity to buy, let's say, I don't know, especially if you had a project car and you wanted to haul it.
Exactly.
You know,
Graham, the reason why he's got that F-250 is so that whenever he gets a Mustang that's built, like when he gets it built or whatever, he's gonna be able to haul that.
Yeah, and it's going to be much better than throwing a... we got a Scott Hodge. What's up, Scott?
Scott, what up? Anyways. Yeah, I don't have a trailer. I think we used to. I don't know, but we normally just use it for yard work because to me, if you're gonna have a garage like a garage, you're gonna need at least some sort of truck whenever you live on your own, like in your own house, because you're always gonna need it for some sort of yard work or heavy lifting or something, you know. Oh, he's not cool. But like, I mean, you're always gonna want to have some sort of heavy duty like truck. Even if it is a V6,
especially if you want to do yard work.
Yeah, you're gonna want that. At least make sure it's something with a bed. Like I mean, yeah, you have a V6, but like, because you're gonna want that bed. You don't want to get nasty crap all up in your
exactly.
In your
That's
cabin.
why.
That's one thing that's good though. At least having that. But I still think you should at least have a V8. When you have a truck for that kind of stuff.
I mean,
depending on what you use it for.
Yeah, I mean, mine. In particular, the reason I got a sport track versus an F-150.
You didn't have a choice.
That too. I didn't exactly have a choice in that end. When I looked at trucks with my parents, the main truck I wanted was I had a 93. No, it was 95. It was one of the two. It was a 93 or 95 Sierra 1500. It was
that's
5.7. It was a 5.7 throttle body injection, but it was the bigger truck that I wanted. I wanted a full size, but I didn't want to go nuts. The problem with my parents on that one was not that it was a V8, but that it was a single cabin and it was a full size. And my parents were like, you need to have at least 4 seats. And my parents came across the idea of the sport track, and I wasn't entirely sold on it at first. Now I own one and I like it a lot. I'm not gonna ever get rid of it, but forever probably. My plan.
No, you'll be getting rid of it soon because it needs to be taken care of.
I've been trying my hardest.
You're gonna need probably a new steering rack and power steering pump.
The steering rack
take care of it.
The steering rack's questionable. I gotta get it checked.
I gotta get mine checked, dude. It's leaking. It's not leaking. It's got like crap going on with it.
Jordan, you gotta get that fixed.
It's been going on for a while. Like listen. It's the most minor thing is something to pay attention to, but not like immediate.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I haven't dealt with it like that, because steering racks are expensive.
Well, yours is different. Like one thing goes on your truck, the rest of it goes. My car,
it's because of how old it is and the mileage on it and all that stuff. It's
every car owner that has that kind of problem says.
Yeah. It's a high mileage vehicle. That's one thing. If you're going to buy a car for the first time,
don't buy a car with 116,000 miles on it.
116. That's not bad. 116 is not bad.
I bought my Infiniti with 155,000.
I mean,
but
your car's not that bad.
Just used as a daily driver to get from work and back, by a old family, like an old couple. So it was literally just used. Like it had the mileage. It just had numbers. It didn't have any wear tear on it whatsoever.
It was his car.
And then I got it, and
now it's falling apart a lot.
Yeah, because I floor that shit, bro.
With my truck, the whole thing with it going bad was because the previous owner took horrible care of it, and that's something I've stated in the past. When we bought it, we asked the guy, "Did you ever get the timing chain done?" When you buy a car, here's the thing for you guys: when you have a car, get your timing chains done every 100,000 miles. It's when it's supposed to be done. If you don't have
to, especially with the modern cars that have timing chain tensioners on them. You don't need it at all.
But we did have an issue with my mom's old minivan. My mom had a 2000 Dodge Caravan way before I started YouTube. And it blew a timing belt, and it ruined the motor. We had to put a whole new engine in there, and it was expensive, and that was the first thing we asked when we bought my truck.
Your family's got issues with like buying
just taking care of cars.
It's the Dodges. It's the Dodges in particular.
Well, that is true.
The Mustang's in perfect condition. The Kia's been in great condition.
My dad bought that truck, and it's lasted this long. It's still
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised.
It's just.
I mean,
it's just how people take care of their vehicles.
With the cars like the Kia. The Kia is a good example on how we do take care of our cars.
I gotta change my.
The Kia
doesn't start.
It doesn't start now because it's been sitting for 2 years.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why.
Yeah,
and what else is wrong with the Jordan?
It's just the motor mount, and we've known about that. We fixed it. It's just an expensive fix.
Is it fixing? Is it fixed?
Not yet.
Now?
It's not anyone's car.
You fixed it, but it's not fixed.
It's not running, and the problem with that, it's not anything wrong with the car itself.
And when a car sits, it's not good for it either.
Well, yeah,
especially
I know exactly.
for all the moving parts.
That's why we're gonna be whenever we fix it.
Up, dude. You gotta get that thing moving. Now.
We are eventually. We just gotta find the money to put it together again. All we gotta do is get the money and get it cleaned up good.
I don't think it's left that spot since I've met you.
It's moved a few times. It's moved a few times since we moved here.
Would you
We,
put it in neutral?
No, we actually like drove it,
Really?
and it's a good car. I
If
don't
anything-
understand why they do this to me, but the car's fine.
I think that's a nice car. Like for like if you could drive that.
And it was mine.
I'm saying
I mean,
like if you could have it as like a daily driver and possibly.
I still would have built
No.
that if I would have built it had I kept it.
Yeah.
It would.
Get it fixed. You could use that.
I've been trying. Ever since I got the truck, I've been begging my parents to let me keep it, and that won't help. That will not help.
Why don't they just give your truck to one of them and then you build that?
Because the problem is that if you're learning, I still can't drive stick.
Well, let it stick. It's
No,
not that
he-
bad, dude.
I'm going to
Yeah,
eventually. I just gotta find the right
you're
person.
Close enough, especially with like practicing with like.
Yeah, I
that.
mean, this simulator's really helped me
Like
with
you
that.
just gotta. You need the time to apply it. And
Yeah,
you'll
in a
be
real
set.
car.
You'll be
In a
set.
real car.
Yeah.
I mean, this simulator. Part of the reason why I bought the G920 was not for how great the wheel is. It's a great It's got great feedback. The brake pedal is crap, but that's a common among these things. But so I could teach myself stick. And most of my racing games on PC, I drive manual with clutch, is to try to teach myself how to drive stick. And it's different each game. Like American Truck Simulator, it's more realistic with clutch release than Forza is. With Forza, 99% of the time, if you want to get into gear and you want to launch softly, you have to hold the clutch out forever, and you have to get the car to 5,000 RPM before it lets out. Like my like the G35 we built, the twin turbo G35 we have in Forza 7. It literally will not let out of the clutch without stalling until it's almost at red line, and it's the most annoying thing. If I let it out any less than 5,000, it stalls.
You're not supposed to give it gas while you're
I
letting
do.
off the clutch.
I do, and that's exactly what it does. It stalls out.
That's weird.
So that's part of the reason why I don't use Forza to practice driving stick. I spend more time playing American Truck Simulator to teach myself stick than I do actually playing with that. Because the advantage, Forza, you can't adjust the clutch in that game. American Truck Simulator, I change it every so often, so I teach myself how to adjust it in different clutches. So when I get in the real car,
Can you in Gran Turismo or no?
if you have the right wheel, if you had especially for GT6, you'd have to have a G27. The G27 was the only one, I believe, at the time that had a 6-speed shifter.
Yeah.
But now, you've got the PS4, you've got the G29, you've got all the really cool Thrustmasters, the Fanatic wheels. On Xbox, really, you don't have a large selection on Xbox, and like the G920, but that's part of the reason why I bought this sim setup, was to teach myself stick. So I'm just waiting for someone. I've had a few guys that from the Friday night meet offer to teach me stick, so I'm just waiting on one of them to get in touch with me. We can set that up, and I can learn stick on one of their cars. They drive a lot of really easy to learn cars. There's a Protege, there's a Miata, there's a few Civics I can learn in, and those two cars, the Civic and the Miata in particular, are the easiest cars to learn stick in. The problem, the thing with the Kia was it was more of how the setup was. My dad said it himself. The clutch, when they had the clutch done, it was adjusted wrong. The guy adjusted it really crappy, so it lets out weird, and those were his words. So that's part of the reason why I don't necessarily drive it as much as I did back in the day. Yeah, I can hear him.
Let's just end it now.
No, it's not 10 yet. We still got 5 minutes. But basically, to wrap things up, we hope to see some of you guys at the show tomorrow. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be fun. I think honestly, minus the cop presence that I think is gonna be at full force tomorrow, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. There's hopefully gonna be some really nice builds. Any final thoughts, guys? Anything from you, Kason?
I have a V8 truck. No, I'm just saying. Like we were talking about that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you guys better not do that if I ever decide to do a live stream.
What?
Just veer off from the topic like crazy. And Jordan, you better let people talk too.
Bro.
Whenever I do
Oh
mine.
well, whatever. Yeah, can't wait for tomorrow.
You got to.
But yeah, just to wrap things up, like I said, we hope to see you guys tomorrow. It's an epic day. This went kind of well. I think we're gonna do this again next month for the January Caffeine and Octane.
First try, I think it was pretty alright.
Yeah, I think for kind of a pilot for this kind of thing, it went pretty well. So
You gotta get a mic set up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gotta
for sure.
Get
Yeah,
this
for sure.
fixed.
what do you mean by this?
Look at it.
What about it?
Look at it.
I can't help that. I need to have like an external camera mounted up to it and stuff, which
That's
I
what
can't
I'm
do.
saying. You
Those
get
aren't
that
that
fixed.
expensive, actually.
It'd be
Like
difficult.
$30
Yeah.
for a 1080p one.
I'm gonna let her out, dude.
Yeah, she's waiting for my parents.
But
Oh, it's so cute. Look at her.
Yeah.
one.
But anyway, guys, I think this will wrap up the first ever pre-show podcast. Go follow these two on their social medias. Kaysen's on Instagram at lazy. Is it underscore VQ? Is it not VQ? It's underscore, right?
It's underscore.
Yeah, lazy underscore VQ. I think I've messed it up and put a dot instead of an underscore some video. But you can also go follow Michael at Kindlestone and Kindlestone underscore Ford for all of his stuff. And Jeep. Kindlestone underscore Jeep. Like I said, we hope to see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see you guys